All right, Kenman here, and today we have some candidates for a little custom project work. That's right, a little more laser marks going on here. I have a couple aluminum handles and a steel handle here. I've done some stuff like with this mini pyrite. Nice little pattern on there. Lots of fun customizations going on the channel. What are we going to do today? Let's get rolling. Before we start, I'm not sponsored by anyone, and I purchase everything at retail price. I do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment below. Kansept Accipiter right here. Very cool front flipper only knife. I've got the CJRB Echo. Sorry, I got stuck there for a second. And this you might recognize. This is the CJRB Agave. I did a laser mark on another agave with an agave print on it. You can bing, check it out right there. Probably try to find another similar type of an agave print or something cool like that to put on this one. But in order to get going on these, we have to take them apart. I could go right over the top, but one of the neat things about taking them apart is like with this one here, then you can get that pattern just go everywhere and kind of fall off the sides and stuff, and you don't have to really worry about masking anything off, and you won't get any mark on the screws or on the button or anything like that, the pivot. And so it'll give it this nice clean look and then keep the pivot looking nice. So in order to do that, we got to disassemble Johnny 5. Date myself right there. This I have a very interesting idea for, but I'm not sure. We're going to see how it goes. All right, I don't know where we're going to get today. It's a fun prep work day. We're going to start off with this mini accipiter. Okay, this is our last looks. Last chance to check it out before it changes. I really like this. It's a smaller knife, but it's got a nice feel, even though it's just a front flipper only. Sometimes that takes away the fidget factor, and you really are kind of forced to open it that way. But it does open pretty good, and it's got a nice feel and a good look to it. I am excited. So there is what that accipiter looks like. Let's take it apart. Okay. Got the standard board here. Okay, I do not know if that pivot is a captive pivot or not, because there is a hole on both sides. I don't know why they do that, because if one of them is captive, then why wouldn't you just seal that side off? Okay, there is no captive pivot, so I have to use a screw or a tool on both sides to get this to loosen up. And there it goes. I'm not going to fully take that one off quite yet. Kind of help hold it together a little bit while I continue. Looks like it was T8 for the pivot, and it's going to be T6 for the rest. I like to slowly loosen both sides kind of evenly. Oh, I can't get to that one because it's hidden. See, that screw is hidden underneath the clip. That's kind of strange. Usually they would use the second, there's two screws in for this clip right here. You can easily use one of those screws. Let me get this out real quick. There it is. Couple little scratches right there, unfortunately. That's too bad. Wonder if I can wash those out. Try to cover them up, but yeah, you see those? That's where the pocket clip kind of hits it right there, and left a couple of little scratches, even though it's new, but that's pretty standard. I'm not going to be able to hide that when I do the laser mark. Kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. Sometimes you have to be careful, loosen both sides kind of evenly, because if you loosen one side really quick, the barrel inside the spacer area could get stuck on one of the screws, and then you have a hard time loosening it. Those are just falling out. And a couple more to go. And we will be there, unless these are gonna give me a hard time. Does have a little G10 backspacer here. Let's see. All right, now we should be able to go the rest of the way. And boom. We have it. One scale, one frame piece, one blade. What is going on here? Oh, there it is. I was going to say, where is the other? So these bearings are the same on both sides. I like to pay attention to how they are in case there is one side different than the other. If that is the case, I like to pay attention so that when I put it back together, I put it the same way. But in this case, since they are the same both directions, it does not matter. And there is that. And we have it. There is the little barrels that go in between this G10 spacer. I could consider dyeing this spacer, except for it's kind of a dark green, so I'm kind of limited. When you do a dye, you can only add color to what already exists. So this is green. So I can make this a darker green. I could maybe make it a bluish shade or a purple shade or a brown shade, something dark. Probably black would look the best, I would think. Is there any black on this at all, though? Maybe the writing on the blade has the black Kansept logo. So that's something to consider. All right, so we have these scales nice and clean, other than those two little spots right there, which kind of is bumming me out, but we'll be fine. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna do something cool. I have an idea for this, and the way that pattern or whatever it is I'm gonna put on there, it might kind of cover that up good enough that you won't notice. So we will see. All right, 7 minutes in. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shift all this up here, keep it organized, tidy. All right. And then let's just do another one. It's only been 8 minutes, right? Okay, the agave. Like I said, we've already done one of these before. This is a cool knife. It's a longer knife. It's kind of a fun shape. Interesting design. Nice, simple flipper tab that works really good. The detent is really nice on it because you barely push and it just fires it all the way out. I'm pretty sure this has a captive pivot. That's the side. Maybe it's that one. What? Oh. Ha! So that captive pivot twists just a little bit. So because it shifted, it made me, threw me for a little loop there. It's always fun. All right. Last time I did this one, I really struggled it. One of those barrels stuck on one of those screws really good. Ooh, careful. And that one is done. Always have, oh no. Always have spare bits. As it starts to get bad, if you get a little stripped thread, it's only going to continue to strip. And then what happens is you're going to, well, the bit is already ruined, but you're going to end up ruining the threads on one of your screws. And if you do that, you're in trouble, because if you don't have an extra screw, you can't really fix that. So that's one of the flaws of the T6. It just is a lot easier to have that situation. Doesn't mean that T8s won't do it, but the bigger it is, the chunkier those pieces are, the less likely they are to have a chance to slip. So it's something that you have to consider. But again, when you buy a knife, you don't really have a choice. You buy the knife, and it is going to be whatever screws the company decided to go with is what you're kind of stuck with. So that's kind of where we're at on that. All right, this pop off. Got to be a little cautious with these. Oh yeah, see, it still has that. Oh no. I still have the screw in there. Idiots. We're fine. That's the one that I'm having a problem with. Okay. I may just do that off camera later. Ultimately, when it's the liner is skeletonized in the frame like that inside of the scales, you don't really have to remove that when I do the laser mark. This can sit flat like that, and it's not necessary for me to do. This little gold collar, you definitely want to take off because I don't want to get the laser mark on the collar. You want to keep that collar clean. But I would like to get this pocket clip off. And unfortunately, oh boy, that's unfortunate. I am going to leave that at that for now. You get the idea. You don't need to sit here and watch me struggle trying to get that clip off when it's just one little screw. I'll do it off camera and it'll be all set. But there we are. I now have basically 2 knives ready for some custom work, minus getting that pocket clip off of there. But we have the Kansept Accipiter and CJRB Agave to the second power. What do you think we're going to do? Of course, it's going to be some type of an agave print on here, because why wouldn't you? And I'll give you a little hint. Accipiter is the name of this knife. Comment below if you have any thoughts on what you think the laser marks are going to look like, what they're going to do, what they're going to be, what you think about these projects. Is it fun? Lots to come. I've been really enjoying the channel, the customizations, the unboxings, the die projects. I got to get back into the scrimshaw. Just been a really good time interacting with everyone. The community is fantastic, and I'm just having a great time. That's going to be it for today. If you enjoy what you see, please hit that like button and subscribe if you'd like to see more. It helps me out, and I really appreciate it. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.